Hi everybody, it's Joanne. So, when I was out running an errand today, I I came across these two guys that I saw last week, and uh, so I think what they do is they stand out and they ask for money um, at the intersections. I think that's what they do. So, when I saw them counting their money, I was looking over at the guy and I was curious to see how much they made. And he mumbled like F off to me, right? And, when guys um, are, when they don't have anything to lose, I keep my alert on high around those guys because when somebody doesn't have anything to lose, sometimes they can do really foolish things. And I just thought it was interesting, how much money they were making. And I said, I wonder if the people, because I heard him say to his buddy, that we need $13 more. I don't know. They might have had like $80 or something. Um, so I'm not sure what you know they were referring to. To tell you the truth, I don't know. But I thought to myself, I, I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, I wonder if it is drugs, right? If that's an amount of money that's gonna buy a certain amount of drugs for them, um, because it couldn't have just been alcohol, because they had more than enough money to get alcohol. So I said, I wonder if those people knew that they were actually funding, this drug dealer's lifestyle. This drug use. And I wonder how they would feel about that. Sometimes people have good intentions, but you know, there's uh, there's something called unintended consequences. So they intend one thing, but what they're doing is actually, you know, funding, drug use and funding a lifestyle of a drug dealer. So I guess what they could say is if you have that need, if you want to give them your money, that's up to you. But you could give it to somebody that probably, you know, um, I mean, I would say give it to a single mother or give it to a kid, you know. Um, but before you give it to, a guy that's gonna go and probably do drugs with you. I mean, you can look at these guys and think it's you know, it could be so, right? But you could tell these guys, like, look, man, if you need something to eat, I hear you. You're a human being. You need something to eat. Let me give you, like, the phone numbers. Because there's 311 or 211 in your city that you could call if you need food. You could tell them those are the phone numbers, or you could not. That's up to you. But I'm just saying another option would be, um, uh, so yeah, I was just kind of putting that out there because I saw them again today, and they were counting up their money again, and I just said, wow, So if they're making the other day when I saw them, it was 11 o'clock in the morning. So by 11 o'clock in the morning, they had made, like I would, from what I saw, $80, around $80, and so 11 in the morning. So if they went, another couple hours, they probably could double that. And then there's traffic time after that. So I mean, these guys are making some good money. And I think some of the people that are probably giving the money probably don't make what they make in a week. And so sometimes what they do is they press on your emotions, to try to get you to feel sorry for them. So you dig in your wallet and give them some money. But in actuality, you're funding drug use, a drug dealer's lifestyle, and you're funding somebody else's, wants, because you don't need to do drugs, right? Um, interesting when I saw them today. I thought to myself, wow, look at this young guy, the one that mumbled F off to me. And I said, wow, it's interesting because the older guy, it's like they have some kind of relationship going on. I don't think it's sexual. I mean, I don't know. I don't think. I really don't know. But it's some kind of like, you know, it's like the older guy is playing the younger guy because he's getting older. This game is getting old, but they're making a lot of money at it, right? So he's like, well, you know, um, you could just see it, you know. And they looked high as hell. I didn't see, their eyes could barely stay open and they looked all messed up and stuff. It's like Tuesday at 5 o'clock and 5:30 I think it happened when I saw them. I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. So, next time if you want to give your money, that's up to you. But if you want to say, let me give you these phone numbers, because I've done that, and then they get annoyed with me. I'm like, oh, you can't make a phone call? You can't. You have to make the effort in life. Some people don't want to make the effort, right? And well, life is not going to be so kind to you if you don't make the effort. If you need help, ask for help. But at the end of the day, like I'm a single mother, and I would prefer. I fed men. I gave a guy $5, last month, and he was going on how he was from the hurricanes and blah 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 blah. And then, I thought to myself, this guy might be trying to, play play me, right? Um, I had that thought after I gave him the $5. To tell you the truth, I had it after the $5, but I I thought about it. I said, what? I don't feel bad giving him that money because I felt like at the time that he was hungry. I felt like he was hungry, and I was like, okay, well, you may be trying to play me, but besides that, I feel that you're hungry. And then I thought, I saw him again. He tried to get $20 out of me. So it was a different story this time. It was like this, you know, and I was like, I'm not giving you $20. I'm not gonna do it. When I was helping him the first time, I was like, why don't you call 311 or 2? So I got my phone out, I dialed it, and I handed him my phone. I said, here, talk to them, they'll help you. And he was just kind of doesn't want to make the effort. Sometimes they're good as they get at 16. They're done. They're not going to evolve. They're not going to learn anymore. They're not going to gain any more knowledge. And it's a lot easier these days. You get on the internet, how to start a business, how to start a cleaning business, how to start a construction business, how to start a driving school, how to start a non-profit, you know, how to clean windows. Um, I mean, a man's body is, women's body compared to men's body, we were made differently. So it's a lot easier for them to do these harder labor jobs than it is for women. But, so anyway, I just wanted to talk about that and say, make sure that you're not being played. But if you want to still help people, you can by telling them to call those numbers and see what their reaction is. A lot of times, like messed up guys, they just do very subtle things. It's very telling, though. You gotta watch for those subtle signs. Just when, like, anybody comes up around you, you gotta look to see where he's looking. You know? He's peeking over at your purse and stuff. Then you better watch out. That's the telling sign. And sometimes it's not a real loud, like, I'm going to mug you. It's very subtle. It's like a spiritual warfare going on, right? I've talked about that before. It's very subtle, right under the radar. They do these crimes. They're able to actualize these crimes because nobody is like watching out for the little signs. They don't listen for them. They don't watch for them, and you got to. Anytime you step out your door, man, you got to have heads up. Even when you're in your house, I mean, we had to survive the home invasion, my son and I. And I'll tell you, they come right into our place when we were at home. I was laying in bed listening to my iPod. My son just dozed off on the couch. We weren't turned in for the evening. Like, my son didn't go to his room, and I was in my room, like I said. And they came in. My son woke up, and they had our laptop right in their arms, holding my laptop, and they were just looking. One guy was just looking at him, high as hell. That's what my son said, and the other guy was in the kitchen, started going through the cupboard to see what he could find. And yeah, so you know, you have to, when you go like apartment hunting or you know house hunting, you gotta find out what the crime stats are in the area. If you're going apartment hunting, make sure that you try to get on the second floor. It's safer than the first. And try to get up more near the office. And make sure that you have, like, I have hammers strategically placed in my place to defend myself if somebody comes in. And and don't open up your doors. Sometimes they're really slick. They put on these uniforms and, oh, I'm here from. If if you didn't order anything, if you didn't call maintenance, and somebody's at your door and they try to say I'm the new maintenance guy, you just pick up the phone and say, just a minute, have your things that you're gonna say. Like, I, I just have something on the stove. Give me a moment, and call to see if they know this guy. Because these things are going on, right? And it's all a matter of time before this comes across your path. Um, I know, there's a couple, I'd say, 2 times in the last 12 months that I would have been robbed again had I not been watching where they were looking. One was when I was moving. I could see this guy, the 2 movers that I got offline, cheap movers, and you know, um, he was trying to get me to go through the kitchen down to uh, like away from my purse, and I could see where he kept watching and watching and watching. He was trying to. Then the other guy was downstairs in the vehicle. Yeah, I was like, no, I'm good. And I looked right at him, and he knew that I knew what he was trying to do. And they finished their stuff. I paid him. I was like, get out. And he was trying to even check me out. He was just kind of giving me this, the look. A woman knows. It's like, not in this lifetime, buddy. You know. And and then there was another time that this guy, yeah, I knew what he was trying to do, and um, yeah. So you have to be like heads up when you're out there, because they're out there and they're looking for targets. They're looking for people that, and if you're going through something bad, you're vulnerable and you're a target. Young kids, you can't let your kids go to school by themselves anymore. You can't. You got to take your kids to school and get them home safely. You can't say it's only a block or two. Excuse me. That girl up in Colorado, 11-year-old girl, Jessica. She's only walking 2 blocks. The reason why it's not the 2 blocks is the issue. Is the reason why it's like the pathway to school. It's the streets leading right up to the schools, the elementary schools, and young girls are vulnerable. They're, you know, like 11 years old is when mom says, okay, go to school, you can go on your own. But no, you gotta find a way to get them, to school safely, because they're out there looking, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse out there. So heads up. Okay, bye.